This is the Alliance for Climate Protection. This is the organization that you all will be working for. Repower America is a project of the Alliance for Climate Protection that's been going on for over a year and a half throughout states all across the country. And right now, the Youth Search Program, it started in the spring. We had two very successful terms, the spring term and the summer term, at campuses all across the country. We're really excited to have you new campus coordinators join on. We have a really strong organization and a really great plan that we're going to give you an overview of in a second. The mission of the program is to increase awareness of the urgency and the solvability of the climate crisis and the importance of transitioning to a clean energy economy at this critical moment in time. It's also to help you guys and help the movement in building a movement and a network of students all across the country of youth and clean energy climate activists.
And these are the quantitative goals, so this is all across the country. On all 20 universities, we are going to get over 6,750 new student signups. We're going to collect over 4,500 clean energy themed postcards. We're going to collect over 4,500 Clean the Air themed postcards and 4,500 Badvertising themed postcards. We're going to host 20 fall semester kickoff events, one on each of your campus. We're going to host 40 Clear the Air on climate science events, which are 20 on-campus TCP presentations and 20 follow-up town halls. We're going to do 20 trick or cheat events and 20 climate turkey events. We're going to have over 140 on-campus organization meetings, and we're going to get a lot of earned media through 3,150 electronic LTE submissions and 90 op-ed submissions. And then the final thing is providing general field support in your state. We want you all to be part of the larger Repower America team in your states and not just on campus. So whenever there's activities or events going on with a larger field team, you will be more than welcome to participate in those as well. All right, so these campus events that I was talking about, you are going to do a kickoff event to launch your group on campus. So this is something fun where you can get your name out there and let people know that you will have a presence this semester. The Halloween trick or cheat events are events that will be held the week of Halloween, and they are events on oil lobby and climate deniers, where state grassroots supporters dress up as their favorite polluter or climate denier for a fun but educational press stand-up that highlights the tricks that lobbyists use to subvert political will and the cheats that polluters use to get away with polluting the environment. And we are going to be casting our votes for the worst climate denier or polluter on some ballots that we will provide you all. The Climate Turkeys event is those actual award ceremonies, so those are going to be the week of November 25th, right around Thanksgiving. For this event, we are going to pick the top 5 polluters, which we will be voting on at the trick-or-treat events. And then we're going to hold the award ceremony, giving them the appropriate prize. Both of these events are going to be big press pushes with LTEs and such, and then should be, fun social events on your campus. And then finally, the Clear the Air on Climate Science events, which are a presentation by the Climate Project and a follow-up town hall calling students to action. So a little more about those is the Climate Project, another sister organization of the Alliance for Climate Protection, founded by former Vice President Al Gore in 2006. The mission was to educate the public about the harmful effects of climate change and to work towards solutions at a grassroots level by giving former Vice President Gore's presentation. So you all have probably seen Inconvenient Truth. There's an updated presentation called Our Choice, and Vice President Gore has trained over 3,000 people across the world personally to give this presentation, and they've given it to over 7 million people across the world in the past couple of years, and we want to bring these presenters to your campus to give Vice President Gore's presentation. And then the town hall would be a follow-up to that event within, a week or so of the TCP presentation happening, where anyone that was really called to action or felt passionate about this issue at the TCP presentation would come to this follow-up town hall where it's really a call to action, and you would get people involved in the campaign that way. And then we will be collecting the Clear the Air on Climate Science postcards. Postcards are a tactic that we did last phase in the Youth Surge. They were really popular. Students really enjoyed them because they were fun and they were really easy to get. So what we did is we made some postcards that have some really funny captions on the front about climate science and protecting climate science, and then on the back it's a little educational blurb. So we're going to be collecting those, databasing them, holding on to them, and then we will be sending them to elected officials all in the same week. So next, a little more about the postcards. Like I said, there are 3 different sets. We have badvertising themed postcards, which have captions that call attention to the bad advertising that polluters and oil lobbyists are putting on the air right now and really calling out the truths in those. We're going to be collecting those and databasing those and mailing those into different TV networks that are airing these bad advertisements. So 100 of those are due November 1st. In the last phase, people were able to knock out their entire postcard goal in one weekend, so they're really not hard. Students are pretty excited about them. The Clear the Air postcards we just went over, those are the Clear the Air on Climate Science. Those will be due December 1st, and then after December 1st we will mail all of those to elected officials, asking them to keep the climate science issue on the forefront. And then the Clean Energy Jobs postcards, which are going to be due December 10th. Those also have funny captions on the front. We know that you are all college students and you will be entering the job market very soon, and these call attention to the creation of clean energy jobs and really promote a clean energy economy. So not only are postcards bringing attention to our campaigns from students and targets, but they also allow you to collect student information. The student fills out their name, their address, and their email address, which we will then database. And those also can count as new member signups if it has all of the appropriate information. So just so you know, you can get double the points with those. Continued on-campus organization building is always a big goal of the Youth Surge program, which is why you're going to be having your kickoff event. You'll be holding organizational meetings because we don't want this to look so much like an internship, and we want it to look more like a campus club. So we want you to be holding meetings, we want you to be recruiting volunteers, we want you to use this meeting time to plan your events and to get input from other people on campus, and then we want this to be a continuous thing that happens even after the Youth Surge is non-existent and after you've graduated and after I'm too old to be a youth director. We want this to still be a club that meets on campus. And then we will be continuing to collect new member signups and continuing to get earned media on your campus. A new member signup. New member signups have been a critical part of the Youth Surge campaign. They continue building your membership base, they continue getting students involved in our future campaigns, and they really help you crowd build for your event. We have 2 ways of collecting new member signups. We have a hard copy new member signup card, which you all will have access to, where you can get people to fill those out tabling or around campus or in class wraps. Or we have an online link that you can, make your Facebook status or tweet it or something, and people can click on that and sign up right online, and they'll go directly into your chapter. And then we'll use all of those people to contact to crowd build for all of our events. LTEs, which stand for Letter to the Editor, they are very easy. We've developed this great online tool to help you all collect them. So what you do is you contact prospective students and send them the link to the LTE campaign, or you can make it your Facebook status, you can email it to your friends, you can tweet it, get it out there as far as you can online. Students click the link, they enter their zip code, and they're given a template LTE. They can add their own story, they can add talking points that we provide on the side, or they can leave it directly as is. They check the papers that are in their area, and they click send. So we are able to track the exact text of the LTE, who sent them, which papers they went to, and it really helps us track whether or not they get published. The Youth Surge has been wonderful about getting LTEs published in the past, and we really want to keep that up. So make sure that as many LTEs as you can are getting sent. One thing that I'm going to say, and I'm probably going to say it 1,000,000 times before the end of this campaign, but if a student logs in and they they find an LTE, and they are able to send it to 5 papers in their area. If they send the exact same LTE to all 5 of those papers, that counts as 5 LTEs, not just one. So the goal of 70 might seem a little high at first, but if you get 10 people to send the same LTE to 7 different papers, you've got your 70 done right there. You are also able to log in and send LTEs, so you should log in and send as many as you can and get those out of the way, and then report those in your nightly reporting. We will send your USurge leads a list of LTEs that are being submitted so that you guys can cross-check and update your reporting, but go ahead and report nightly all of the commits that you get. Op-eds, which Sean and I learned don't actually stand for opinion editorials. I'll let him go into that a little bit later. But what you want to do for these is you want to find one of your best supporters, someone that's really been interested or outspoken about the campaign. Ask them to review one of the op-ed templates that we are providing. Your communications director will have that and help you out with those. And then based on their personal interest and story, they want to sign on as an author. So you'll get several different templates. Pick the one that would be best for that individual and have them add information about why this issue is important to them. Once your author has added their own talking points and their own story to the op-ed, you will submit it back to your state communications director, who will help edit it and get it up to us for approval, and then we will help push them out to papers. With LTEs and op-eds, we do want you to be focusing on your campus papers and also community papers. So we want your op-eds, especially, to be getting into campus papers so that people around your university can see, what's going on campus and what your group is doing, and then also into your community papers so that they see that this is a larger issue that young people care about and that, people across the community care about as well.